One investor averaged 29% a year for 13 years. No other major fund manager has ever matched that run. His name was Peter Lynch, and his secret was simple. He found his best stocks while walking through ordinary stores. Most people walk past a fortune every single week. They notice a great product, then forget it by dinner. That forgetting, Lynch said, is the costliest habit of all, because the cost of not noticing compounds for decades. By the end, you will know exactly how to notice. Lynch ran a Fidelity mutual fund called Magellan. In 1977, a young Lynch took it over. The fund held only about $18 million then. By 1990, it held over $14 billion. He had grown the money almost 1,000-fold in years. And he did it without any secret Wall Street trading formula. His edge was the life he already lived each day. Here is the story everyone in his office remembers. One evening, his wife Carolyn went to buy pantyhose. She came home that night raving about a new product. The brand was called Legs, sold inside little plastic eggs. They sat right there beside the grocery checkout counter. Women bought them while waiting to pay for milk. Most husbands would have shrugged and ignored it. Lynch did the opposite. He paid close attention. He saw a product women loved and rebought often. A loved product that sells again and again is gold, but noticing was only the very first step. Noticing tells you where to look, nothing more. The real work is the homework that comes next. So Lynch went and found the company that made those eggs. It was a firm called Hanes, then still little known. He read its reports the careful way you read a recipe. He checked whether sales were truly rising fast. He checked whether profits were rising with them. He checked whether the price was still fair. Only then did he buy the stock for his fund. Hanes climbed and climbed as the eggs spread nationwide. It quickly became one of Magellan's first big winners. Lynch had a name for a stock like this. He called a stock like this one a 10-bagger. A 10-bagger is simply a stock that rises tenfold. Turn $1,000 into $10,000. A single 10-bagger can rescue a whole portfolio. It can cover many small losers and still win big. And you only need a few of them in a lifetime. Lynch found dozens of them because he hunted in plain sight. Another winning idea came from a donut shop near his office. He noticed the line out the door at Dunkin. People came back every morning, rain or shine. That repeat habit is exactly what an investor wants. So he studied the company behind the counter. Steady sales, a simple business, plenty of room to grow. Dunkin soon became another quiet 10-bagger for his fund. Now notice the clear pattern in how he kept winning. Every single idea started as a real thing he could touch. A product, a store, a long line, a daily habit. Then came the hard numbers to confirm the early hunch. Lynch later wrote this into one famous, simple sentence. Invest in what you know and then do the work. That first half is the part that most people skip. They chase tips about things they never use. They buy a name they heard on the morning news. They never once tried the product themselves. Lynch said buying that way is investing completely blind. Why bet on a business you cannot understand? Your own life is full of research you ignore. You see which stores are packed and which are empty. You see which gadgets your friends cannot stop using. You see which brands your kids beg you to buy. That is field research no analyst can buy. You often spot the trend a full year early. The professionals are still waiting for the report. Lynch called this the amateur's hidden advantage, but he warned never to stop at the noticing. A great product can still be a terrible stock. The company might be drowning in heavy debt. The price might already be far too high. So Lynch built a short checklist anyone can copy. First, can you explain the business in a sentence? If you cannot, you do not understand it yet. Second, are sales and profits actually growing? Find the numbers in the company's own reports. Do not trust a headline. Trust the figures. Third, is the company carrying too much debt? Heavy debt can sink even a famous and beloved brand. Fourth, is the stock price still reasonable? Compare the price to the profits it earns. A wonderful company at a crazy price is a trap. Fifth, is there plenty of room left to grow? A brand in 3 towns can spread to 3,000. Run those 5 checks before you ever buy. Lynch did them by hand, on simple paper. No supercomputer, no insider whisper, just patient homework. Now feel the discipline this really takes. It is easy to fall in love with a product. It is harder to read 40 pages of dry numbers. But the numbers are where the real story hides. The product tells you a company is worth a look. The numbers tell you whether to risk your money. Skip the homework and you are just guessing. Lynch also taught patience after the buying. A 10-bagger takes years, not weeks, to ripen. He held his best winners for a long, long time. He let small gains compound into enormous ones. Most people sell a winner far too early. They grab a quick profit and miss the real run. Lynch said the big money is in the waiting. Now watch how he handled the noise of the market. Every day the headlines screamed crash or boom. The experts kept predicting recessions that never actually came. And Lynch mostly ignored every word of it. He said no one can time the market reliably. Even he could not do it, so he did not try. Instead, he focused on the businesses he owned. A good company survives a bad year and grows. The noise fades, but real earnings keep compounding, so he tuned out the panic and held his ground. This is the discipline that separated him. Now turn the whole story into a method you own. Step 1. Watch your own daily life closely. Carry a small notebook for products you love. Write down brands that you and others rebuy. Step 2. Find the public company behind them. Many favorite products belong to listed firms. Step 3. Read that company's own report. Look for rising sales and rising profits. Step 4. Check the debt and the price. Heavy debt and high price kill good stories. Step 5. Buy a little, then be patient. Give your idea years to truly prove itself. 5 simple steps, a notebook, and a few quiet evenings. That, in full, is the entire Peter Lynch method. It needs no math degree and no starting fortune. It needs only your eyes and a little courage. Remember, the real cost is in not noticing. Every love product you ignore is a missed 10-bagger. The next great trend was sitting in your own kitchen. Carolyn noticed pantyhose and helped earn millions. You walk past your own legs every week. The difference is whether you stop and look, then whether you go home and do the work. Notice the product, read the numbers, then wait patiently. That sequence built one of history's great fortunes, and it cost you only attention and patience. Lynch left the floor at the top of his game. He wanted the method to outlive his career. A fund manager retires. A principal compounds forever. So make his question your habit in every store. Is this a product I would research tonight? Ask it and the whole market opens to you. 29% a year began in an ordinary aisle. It began with a wife, an egg, and some homework. You can start in the very same way this coming week. Notice what you love, then do the homework. If this was useful, the next lesson covers margin of safety. The best tips are sitting in your own home. Notice what sells, then go do the homework. A great product is only the first clue. Read the numbers before you ever buy. Check the debt, the price, the room to grow. Then buy small and let it work for years. Patience turns a good idea into a fortune. That is how ordinary people outrun Wall Street. So subscribe and keep the principle.